Hey everybody, it's Mr. Mott. What we're going to do is go through our Oobleck activity where we mix different amounts of cornstarch and water and see what we find out about it. All right. First thing that we're going to do, we're going to measure out 4.6 grams of cornstarch. All right, which I have done in this weigh boat here. And I'm going to add it to my beaker, and so we can see what. So we got that in there. Always a good idea to kind of pinch the weigh boat and so we can tap the sides and get all of that cornstarch in there as much as we can. All right. And then we're going to add in, so that was 4.6 grams of starch. We're going to add in 6.6 milliliters of water. All right. So in my graduated cylinder here, I measured out about 6.6 milliliters of water. Always important to look at your graduated cylinder at eye level, all right, when you're measuring things out. All right, and we're gonna dump this in here and then mix it with like either a glass stirring rod or I happen to have what was handy, which is a rubber policeman, which is a stirring rod with this rubber end to it. All right, so kind of mix this around and kind of see what we see in terms of what it looks like and everything like that. Okay. So this mixed pretty well, and inside, I'll see if I can tip the camera and get you a look inside about what's happening. But it's very, very liquidy, all right? So I can kind of swirl that around, very liquidy in there. I can kind of move it around, all right? Second step is that I wanted to add just more cornstarch, and so I kind of pre-weighed out more cornstarch, and I've got 5.7 grams in my weigh boat. All right. All right, so I got all my solid in there. I'm going to mix it up again best I can. And what I'm noticing is very hard to mix. This is really sort of clumped up, and it's really hard to see any more liquid in there. It's just really kind of clumped up, and I really can't mix it very well at all in here. All right, so it got really clunky, chunky, and pretty much sort of a solid, what it feels like. All right. Last thing we wanted to add 2.7 milliliters of water. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Measure this out. All right. And so just adding that 2.7 milliliters of water, let's see what happened here. In class, a lot of times you're doing this in a cup or a little plastic tray or something, and it's a little bit easier to kind of see what's happening. It's definitely still feels very thick, but it's also looks like a thick liquid at this point. All right. And so that sort of has this sort of thick liquid sort of consistency, and I was trying to make sure I got it all mixed there. All right, now looking at the kind of from the top here, still looks pretty liquidy, but if we have done what we hope to do, we've made kind of a weird liquid called Oobleck. And what that looks like is that if I hit this with like either my finger or this rubber policeman, it should sort of form a solid in that moment around there, and as soon as I relieve the pressure, then it should form like a go back to a liquid. So we'll see if that happens. All right, it feels like it for a second, but maybe I added slightly too much water. But if you really made Oobleck when you hit it, then you can it'll sort of form a solid in that moment. You can actually take this and sort of put it into your hands and sort of roll it like a ball. And then once you roll it like a ball, when you stop putting pressure on it, then it will turn back into a liquid. All right. So that's our Oobleck activity. If you got a little bit too liquidy like I did here, you just add a little bit more cornstarch to it, and then you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. All right, thanks for watching.